In this video, we're going to take a look at how you can affect color using contrast in Luminar AI. We've got a travel photo here that's nice, it's colorful, but I think we can enhance and make the colors look a little bit more vibrant and luxurious. So that's what we're going to do today. Hi, my name is William Beem. I'm a photographer in Central Florida, and we like to help people with visual storytelling. In other words, what's the emotional impact and what's the story within inside of your photograph? Also, please take a look at the description below. Not only do we have some show notes about this particular photograph, there's a few links down below that you can look at to get some coupon codes and save some money on different post-processing software. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at today's photo. This is an example of a travel photo, lots of color, lots of opportunity for texture. I believe this was taken out of Walt Disney World. I can't remember if this was in Animal Kingdom or one of the other parks, but I know it's Walt Disney World. So what I'm seeing is that we've got a lot of potential for color and texture here, but also the sky above is shining through. There's a lot of brightness in here, and I think we can tweak and tone that down. Also, you notice we've got a lot of texture on the walls. So let's see what we do. I'd like to start off with composition. So I'm going to go over to composition and let it do its little magic. I'm going to change this to a 16:9. And I like that crop right there. I don't necessarily need this much over here. And even this part down below where it's cropping off, that's probably where I would want to choose it myself. So let's get rid of that stuff. And here's our composition. So obviously, I think the first choice that people would look at is maybe go to Enhance AI, pull this up and see what do you get. And it's not what I have in mind. What I've gotten instead was a little bit more light coming through here and maybe a little bit more color. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the before and after. So this is what we had. And there's a little bit more contrast, but I'm not getting the richness of these fabrics. So I'm actually going to not use Enhance AI. And if I'm looking for color, you'd think that I'd want to go into color. And we might try remove color cast, see if there's anything there. Might kick up the vibrance. We'll go ahead and leave it with that. I also probably want to bring up the structure a little bit, not terribly much. I'm going to say about 15, and I'm going to give that a little bit of a boost, also to about 15 or so. And you can see we're starting to deepen the colors by adding in the structure. It's having a nice effect on the walls, but what I'm looking for is I want to bring out the color of these fabrics. In order to do that, though, I don't think I'm really going to get what I want here. I'm going to go over to the Pro tab, and I'm going to go over to Super Contrast. This is where I like to play just to see what results I get. And usually I like to start bringing up about halfway. Let's say on my highlights, you can see how that quickly brought out a bit of color. So if we bring this back and we brought some color in, and I'm going to change the balance to a bit more 50-55, and we've got a nice color that's coming through already. We're going to do the same thing with the midtones contrast. Again, we're making the colors richer and deeper. And I'm going to take a look. Yeah, I like that. When I bring the midtones balance up, I might bring this back down. I might bring it up. I like rich colors, but I'm afraid that we're getting a little bit too rich in here and also a little bit too dark. So I'm going to bring this midtones contrast back down. Let's see what happens now when we bring up the shadow contrast. And I think that's doing what I want to do. So you look at the colors that are coming through here. You look how vibrant all of this is. It kind of just really draws your eye. So let's take a look at our before and after. So this is where we started off. You can kind of see through the material. It's very faded. And now we have very deep, rich colors. And that is exactly what I was looking for. Now, we might be able to play around and do just a little bit more with this. I'm going to go over here and check the optics and see if we have anything we need to defringe. I don't really see any lens problems or vignetting problems over here. Matter of fact, I might even want to go in and put in a vignette. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. My subject is going to be right here in the center because this is just kind of like an overall scene. And I'm going to pull down the edges. You can see it like if I pull it way down, it looks like that. But all I'm really trying to do is pull it down just enough to draw your eye away from the edges and into the center without really perceiving what's going on. Now we can do some post-crop stuff, but we've already set our crop beforehand, and that's why I like to start my crop. And we can also add just a little bit of inner light. So I'm going to do that and bring up just a little bit of light. And the idea is that you're subtly drawing the eye into this area right here with your, to me, the subject is all of the fabric that's up there. The rest of it, I don't mind if we darken this a bit, but I don't feel that I need to. If we wanted to do something like that, we could come over here to local masking. We'll add a basic mask or brush, and we could bring up a gradient. And just kind of bring that up, maybe right about there, and pull the exposure down just a little bit. And just like that, we've kind of made this just a little bit darker right in here. And that kind of brings your eye up here, which is exactly what I'm trying to do with this particular photograph. Let's take a quick look with the compare tool. And I'm going to pull this over. So this is where we started off. You notice how it's kind of faded. There's red there, but it's not really a rich and vibrant red. As we pull this over, you can, and particularly here with these colors, with the blues and greens, you can just see how instead of being faded with too much light coming from the sky like this, we bring it over and we've just really made everything much richer and deeper. And we didn't use that much. We did a little bit of structure. We did a little bit of vibrance. And then we came over here to the Pro Tools and we did a little bit of super contrast. And the super contrast is really what pulled out the color for us. The rest of it was nice, but it wasn't really pushing us in the right direction. We could have come over here and gone into color harmony and worked with all of these wonderful tools. It would have taken us a lot longer. But this is one of the reasons why I specify that I like a texture, tone, and color workflow. Working with the textures and tones, we've already brought out the colors to the way that we want to. So sometimes you don't necessarily have to go in and do a lot of color management in order to get the colors that you want. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, give it a like, share it with a friend. And if you like this video, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? I've got more information on Luminar AI coming out, and hit that bell notification icon so you get notified the next time I put a video out. As a reminder, please take a look in the description below. As I said, I've got discount coupon codes for Luminar AI starting when it announces on December 15th is when it ships. So from December 15th, 2020 on forward, you'll be able to save $10 on Luminar AI using my coupon code, which is in the description below. And there's some other products down there too that might be of interest to you. I'll have other videos coming out on those products. Thanks so much. We'll see you again in the next video.